Daf Yomi Tractate, Sanhedrin, page 34b. Top of the page with the words Kol Hanogia B'Mizbeach Hikdash. Shomea Ani Bein Ra'ui Bein She'ein Ra'ui. Talmud Lomar Kivasim Ra'ui Naf Kol Ra'ui. Rabbi Akiva Omer Ole Ma Ole Ra'uya Av Kol Ra'ui. Whatsoever touches the altar shall be sanctified. Exodus 29:37. Whoa. I would derive that this applies to every item, whether it is suited to be an offering or unsuited to be an offering. The following verse states, Now this is that which you shall offer upon the altar. 2 lambs of the first year, day by day, continually. Exodus 29:38. From this I derive, just as lambs are suited to be offerings, so too everything that is suited to be an offering is included in this halakha. The Braita continues, Rabbi Akiva says, the offerings discussed in this passage are each referred to as a burnt offering. See Exodus 29:42. Therefore I derive, just as a burnt offering is suited for the altar, so too everything that is suited for the altar is included in this halacha. V'tervayu mai kamimaitu pisule marmaitule min kevasim umarmaitule min me'olah. Rav Papa explains, what do the two of them exclude by means of these explanations? Disqualified offerings, teaching that they do not become sanctified if they touch the altar. One sage, Rabbi Yosef Lili, brings proof for this halacha from the term lambs, and one sage, Rabbi Akiva, brings proof for this halacha from the term burnt offering. This is an example of one explanation from 2 verses. Ve'omer Rav Ada bar Ahava Ola ta'ov pesula ika benayu man demaitila min Kevasim in aval olat ha'of la uman demaitila min ola afil olat ha'of nami. The Gemara questions this example, but doesn't Rabbi Ada bar Ahava say that the difference between them is with regard to a disqualified burnt offering? The one who brings proof for this halacha from the term lambs holds that lambs, yes, they are included in this halacha, but a burnt offering is not. And the one who brings proof for this halacha from the term burnt offering holds that a burnt offering is also included in this halacha. Elam Ravashi Kiditanya Dam Yichashev Laish Hahu Dam Shafach Lirabot Et Hazorek Divrei Rabbi Ishmael. Rather, Ravashi said, an example of one explanation from 2 different verses, as it is taught in a Braita, with regard to one who violates the prohibition against slaughtering and offering outside the tent of meeting. The verse states, whatever man there be of the house of Israel that kills an ox or a lamb or a goat in the camp, or that kills it outside the camp, and to the opening of the tent of meeting he did not bring it, to sacrifice an offering to the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, the blood shall be imputed to that man. He shed blood, and this man shall be cut off from among his people. Leviticus chapter 17, verse 3 and 4. This verse serves to include one who sprinkles the blood of consecrated offerings outside the tent of meeting. This is the statement of Rabbi Yishmael. Rabbi Akiva Omer Ozevach Lirabot et hazorek V'tarvayu mai kamerabu zrika Mar mai sila midam yichashev Umar mai sila meo zavah. The Braita continues. Rabbi Akiva says that when the verse states whatever man there be of the house of Israel or of the strangers that sojourn among them that offers a burnt offering or sacrifice, Leviticus 17:8, it serves to include one who sprinkles blood of consecrated offerings outside the tent of meeting. Rav Ashi explains, what do the two Tanaim include by means of these explanations? One who performs sprinkling of the blood outside the tent of meeting. One sage, Rabbi Yishmael, brings proof for this halacha from the phrase, blood shall be imputed. And one sage, Rabbi Akiva, brings proof for this halacha from the term or sacrifice. This is an example of one explanation from two different verses. V'amar Rabbi Abahu Shachav v'zog yikabenayu Divrei Rabbi Yishmael Eino chayav ela achas Divrei Rabbi Akiva chayav shtayim. The Gemara questions this example, but doesn't Rabbi Abahu say that the difference between them is with regard to one who slaughtered the offering and sprinkled the blood? As according to the statement of Rabbi Ishmael, he is liable for only one transgression, and according to the statement of Rabbi Akiva, he is liable for two transgressions. Hoyed marla Amar Bayaf the Rabbi Akiva nami eno chayav echas Damar kra sham ta'ale unatecha v'sham ta'aseh Arvinu rachmana v'kulehu asiyut. The Gemara responds, wasn't it stated with regard to that Braita that Abaye says, even according to the statement of Rabbi Akiva, he is liable for only one transgression, as the verse states, but in the place that the Lord shall choose, in one of your tribes. There you shall offer your burnt offerings, and there you shall do all that I command you. Deuteronomy 12:14. The merciful one combined all the actions with regard to offerings as one transgression according to the explanation of Abaye. There is, in fact, no practical dispute between Rabbi Yishmael and Rabbi Akiva with regard to this matter, and it serves as an example of one explanation from two different verses. Dine mamanos danin bayom v'chulei siman mishpat ma'ane mate. Minohanimili amar Rav Chia bar Papa amar kra v'shavtu et ha'am b'chol et. The Mishnah teaches in case of monetary law, the court judges during the daytime and may conclude the deliberations and issue the ruling even at night. Before discussing this ruling, the Gemara cites a mnemonic for three of the forthcoming discussions: judgment, answer, and incline. Mishpat, ma'ane, mate. The Gemara asks, from where are these matters concerning the time of the deliberations derived? Rav Chia bar Papa says, as the verse states, and let them judge the people at all times. Exodus 18:22, indicating that judgment can be during the day or at night. Yihachi techila dinami kederava, derava not rami ketiv v'shatu etam b'cholet uketiv ayavayom ha'nchilo et banav ha'ketzad yom techila din laila ligmar din. The Gemara challenges this explanation. If that is so, that is the source of the halacha. The court should be able to conduct the initial stage of the trial at night as well. The Gemara explains that it is possible to resolve the matter in accordance with the statement of Rava, as Rava raises a contradiction between two verses. It is written in one verse, and let them judge the people at all times, indicating that the judgment can be during the day or at night, and it is written in another verse, then it shall be on the day that he causes his son to inherit that which he has. Deuteronomy 21:16, indicating that cases of inheritance are judged only during the day. Rava explains how can these texts be reconciled. The verse referring to the day is stated with regard to the initial stage of the trial, and the verse that includes the night is stated with regard to the verdict. Masnisan de Lok Rabbi Meir Tanya Ha Rabbi Meir Omer Ma Tal Domer Al Pihem Ye Kol Riv Kol Naga Chima and Yan Rivim Etzel Negaim. The Gemara comments, the Mishnah is not in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Meir, as it is taught in the Braita that Rabbi Meir would say, what is the meaning when the verse states with regard to the priests, according to their word? Shall every dispute and every leper sore be? Deuteronomy 21:5. And what do disputes have to do with leper sores? Ela ma kishrivim negaim, ma negaim bayom, dichtiv, uvayom hiraot bo, af rivim bayohom, uma negaim shelo, bisomin dichtiv, lechol maraene hakohen, af rivim shelo besumin, uma kish negaim l'rivim, ma rivim shelo bekrovim, af negaim shelo bekrovim. The Braita continues, rather, the verse juxtaposes disputes to leprous sores, teaching that just as leprous sores are viewed by a priest only in the daytime, as it is written, and on the day when raw flesh appears in him, he shall be impure, Leviticus 13:14. So too disputes are judged only in the daytime. And just as leprous sores are viewed by a priest who can see, but not by blind priests, as is written, as far as it appears to the priest, Leviticus 13:12. So too disputes are judged by sighted judges, not by blind judges. And the verse juxtaposes leprous sores to disputes, teaching that just as disputes are judged by independent judges, not by judges who are relatives of the litigants, so too leprous sores are viewed by a priest who is not a relative of the afflicted person. Ma rivim b'shlosha, af negaim b'shlosha v'dinu, mimona b'shlosha v'gufa lo kol shchen, tamid lomar v'huva Aaron HaKohen, o el echad v'gomer. Ha limadit ta, shefilu kohen echad, roe et ha-negaim. The Braita continues, if these two matters are juxtaposed, why not say that just as disputes are judged, specifically by three judges, so too leprous sores are viewed by three priests? And this would be supported by logical inference. If a case involving one's money is judged by three judges, is it not clear, all the more so, that the person himself should be viewed by three priests? To counter this, the verse states, and he shall be brought to Aaron the priest, or to one of his sons the priests. Leviticus 13:2. From this, you have learned that even one priest views leprous sores. In any event, as opposed to the Mishnah, Rabbi Meir holds that disputes are judged only during the day. Okay. Ha'usam yadavi b'shev shivu sedar Yochanan de'avi din dina ve'lo amar le Rabbi Yochanan v'lo midi heche avid hachi ve'ha amar Rabbi Yochanan halacha kestam mishnah v'tnan kol ha'kasher ladun kasher laha'id v'yesh kasher laha'id ve'en kasher ladun ve'amar Rabbi Yochanan le'aso yesoma be'achat me'ena. The Gemara relates there was a certain blind man who was living in the neighborhood of Rabbi Yochanan, who would serve as a judge. And Rabbi Yochanan did not say anything to him. The Gemara asks, how did he do this? How did he allow the blind man to judge? But did Rabbi Yochanan himself say the halacha is in accordance with the ruling of an unattributed Mishnah? And we learned in an unattributed Mishnah, Nida 49b, anyone who is fit to judge is fit to testify. But there are those who are fit to testify but not fit to judge. Rabbi Yochanan says the latter clause serves to include one who is blind in one of his eyes, who is fit to testify but is not fit to judge. All the more so, Rabbi Yochanan would agree that the unattributed Mishnah holds that one blind in both eyes is disqualified from serving as a judge. Rabbi Yochanan stamachrit eshkach dinim aminos danin bayom v'gomrin b'alayla. The Gemara answers, Rabbi Yochanan found another unattributed Mishnah. The Mishnah here, which indicates that a blind man can serve as a judge. In cases of monetary law, the court judges during the daytime and may conclude the deliberations and issue the ruling even at night. Accordingly, judging cases of monetary law is not compared to viewing leprous sores, which is the source for disqualifying a blind judge. My ulme tehai stama mehai stama ibais ema setama derabim adif ibais ema mishum nekatani le gabi hilchazah dedina. The Gemara asks, in what way is the strength of this unattributed Mishnah greater than the strength of that unattributed Mishnah? Why would Rabbi Yochanan rule in accordance with this one and not that one? The Gemara explains, if you wish, say, that an unattributed Mishnah that records the opinion of many sages is preferable, as the Mishnah in Tractate Nida is written in accordance with the individual opinion of Rabbi Meir of the Braita. And if you wish, say, it is because this unattributed Mishnah teaches this halacha in the context of halachot of judgment, since this chapter is the primary source for all the halachot of judgments, the ruling written here carries greater weight. Rabbi Meir I think we'll do part 2, I think. We're almost at 20 minutes, yeah, might as well.